Hello, welcome back. We're doing the game of Active Directory, and this time we are going to do a little bit more enumeration. Remember, the game of Active Directory is a lab that you run in your own environment because some of the tools that we learn about here are actually dangerous. There are some people, I'm not saying you do that, but there are some people, particularly beginners, who learn a little bit of knowledge and they go and they apply that knowledge in places where they shouldn't. So please, pretty please, whatever it is that you're going to learn today, do it in your own network. Do it at home. Do it on a lab like the game of Active Directory. Okay, Mayfly has gone into a lot of work building this lab for us to practice. Rather do it there. Do not apply any of the tools that you're gonna learn in here today on your work network. You're gonna get caught. Okay, so yeah, so with that warning out of the way, let's get to it. We're going to be talking about a lot of techniques for enumeration. Enumeration is a big word basically that says go find everything about the system. Go find usernames, go find passwords, go find configuration files, go find anything and everything that's going to make your attack on that network a fruitful one. Okay, so that's what enumeration means. So we're going to be talking about many techniques on this video. What I do not want to do is to stretch it for too long because there are many techniques and the videos I've been making, they've been very, very long. I wanted to start reducing the size or the length of the videos that I make to maybe under 10 minutes. Can I do it? I do not believe so. Maybe I can, but I will try. Okay. What I would rather do is to maybe split them up into many smaller topics to make it easy for you to learn, to make it easy for you to understand. So the first thing that I want to talk about is something called null sessions. Null sessions are, in common speak, it's being able to enumerate something with guest access. It's not really guest access because on some systems there are accounts called guest. It basically means you supply no username, you supply no password, and the server says, I'm happy to talk to you anyway. Yeah, it still happens. And why it still happens, it's because of legacy issues way back, when computers were starting off. Okay, let me not go too far back because computers, even for me, they started a long time ago. Let's say in the last maybe 20 to 30 years, as computing became more and more prevalent, many people wanted their systems to be able to talk to other systems, to bring value to this whole computing thing. Many businesses, they wanted to realize, they wanted to maximize on the value of their assets. So it made sense for many systems to be able to talk to one another. And sometimes it meant that some things that are not so much common sense today made common sense then. Things like being able to connect to other systems without supplying any credentials. Null sessions is a legacy of that, where you could basically walk up to a system in Windows 2003, I believe, is the last Windows server that allowed that by default, where you could just walk up and say, hello, I'm going to give you no username, I'm going to give you no password, but will you please send me a list of your users? Yep, that was possible. And as the years progressed, as times moved along, security became important. And then what started happening was that null sessions were not allowed by default. Okay. although you still do get a few people, it won't be a surprise to me. You get asked to come and make an assessment into a network, and you still find one or two servers running somewhere at the corner, and it still allow null sessions. So null sessions, as I said, it's basically a way of enumerating. In this particular case, it is going to be a way of retrieving usernames without actually having a username on your own, supplying a username on your own. The first tool I want to show you that takes advantage of that null session, if a system allows that null session, is RPC Client. So I've already ran the command a few times, so I'm going to bring it up from history. Before we do that, I just want to remind you how many hosts we've got. So I'm cheating a little bit because I've already updated a host file here that's going to remind me of all the names of the hosts we're talking about. We've got 5 hosts in this network. This is not Gold Light. This is Gold, the original Gold. It's got 5 hosts. We've got King's Landing, Winterfell, Marine, Castle Black, and Bravos. Okay, so on each of those systems, we're going to go knock knock, supply no username, supply no password, and say, please tell me the usernames. Okay, so if you've done any work, if you've worked with any of them, if you've worked on this lab, by now you should realize that the first 3 are the domain controllers. The main one being King's Landing, that's where the Lannisters are. And then you get Winterfell, you get Marine, you get Castle Black, and then you get Bravos. So these 2 here are not domain controllers, although all 5 of them, they're Windows Server machine. All right, so let's try that. Let's try RPC Client, and we go to Queen's Landing. We say RPC Client, we supply no username, we supply no password, we say enter, and it gives us a prompt that looks like that. And then I hope you're able to see this. Can I make it bigger? Thank you, John. Yeah, so you've logged on, you are inside RPC Client session, and we'll try to log on to Queen's Landing, and then we'll say, what can we do here? When you do the question mark inside RPC Client, there's a bunch of commands that we can run. We only are interested in not drivers. We are interested in enum DOM users. Do you see anywhere here? It's here. Doesn't matter. I wanted to see the command that we're going to use, but well, don't take my word for it. You can look for it yourself. There you go. Enum DOM users. Does it support? Yeah, it does. So that's the command that we're looking for. Enum DOM users. Right, enum DOM users. Okay. And of course, that being the main server, I did not expect that server to be able to say, yeah, sure, here's the usernames, okay? But maybe we'll have some luck on a different computer. Next up is Winterfell. Do you think we'll have some luck doing that on Winterfell? Let's try. Winterfell's IP address is .11. And here we go. RPC client session is established, and then we say enum DOM. No, that's not a command. Enum DOM users. There you go. And boom, there you go. It tells you, yes, I can give you the names of the users. There's Aria, there's Sensor Stark, there's Brenton Stark, there's Rickon Stark, there's Jon Snow. You also get Samuel Tully, Geo Moment, And Odo. Remember Odo? So yeah, so there's a first win. An old tool called RPC Client gives us a little bit of a win. When you have a username, either your battle is half done, you still have to find a password, of course, and then you can find that password in many ways. I'll show you some of the ways. There's many ways like brute forcing and things like that. Although we don't do brute forcing, and not on an Active Directory environment. That's going to be very, very bad. Okay, so don't use brute forcing. Okay, although it is one of the techniques, but it's not a technique you want to apply on this network. So what do? If you're like me, and I've already done it on my notes. These notes are obviously, for those of you who have been following me for a while, you know that these notes are already there. I've already copied the results of this. All that I've already copied, and I've put it on my notes. I use Obsidian Notes because it just basically makes it easy for me to upload to GitHub. So yeah, a lot of the work that I'm showing you here, I've already done it. Okay, I just noticed something when I do that, then my picture disappears. I like my face. Can I have my face back? There you go. Okay, there you go. So now let's go back to the screen. So I don't know what I've done there. Ooh, I have no idea what I've done there. Okay, so I must have been sitting on the keyboard for a very long time. I don't know. Okay, anyway, let's exit. Let's clear the screen. Let's remind each other what other computers are there. So we tried it on King's Landing, no joy. We tried it on Winterfell. Yep, that was a bit of profit there. Now we're going to try on Marine. So Marine is not part of Seven Kingdoms. Do you think Marine will let us? Well, Null Session is established at least. So we're going to try the same thing. Enum DOM users. Okay, we're looking for domain users. Enum DOM. Is anything wrong with that command? No. Nothing wrong because it's access denied. Yeah, I didn't expect Marine was going to let us in. Clear. Remind each other again. Next up is Castle Black. Maybe we'll have some luck with Castle Black. So let's try to establish a null session with Castle Black. It says no. Go. I don't want to talk to you. I'm not a domain controller, so why would you want to connect to me? All right, so let's try Bravos. And Bravos says, no joy. You're not. Let me here. Okay, so what have we done? I've showed you how to use the tool RPC Client to try your luck by trying to establish a null session. As I said, a null session is a way to say to the server, I'm giving you no username, I'm giving you no password, but would you please give me a list of your users, please? All right. So we've been going on here for more than 10 minutes. At this stage, I want to stop. The next tool that we're going to speak about in the next video is Enum for Linux. Thank you for watching. Catch you on the next one.